Hello and welcome. I'm Niko, and this is me facing the Dark Pharaoh Nyarlathotep again. Yeah, so I was defeated last time, so this time it's a grudge match. It was a very fun campaign, a three-parter. You go to Cairo, you go to the desert, and then you go to the Bent Pyramid. Yes, it's awesome, but very difficult. Okay, what have we got here with our random selection? We've got Jim Culver. Strange luck, Jim may focus or assist even after completing a task. Very cool character, looks like a very cool customer as well. Kate Winthrop, for science! Yeah, girl genius. Monsters cannot appear during Kate's turn. In addition, she is immune to stuff. Yeah. Carolyn Fern and Vincent Lee. Yep. That gives us basically the ability to heal 1 point of stamina and 1 point of mind damage per turn. Very, very cool. Okay, that looks pretty good. Here we are in Cairo, back in the days of British imperial power. It's kind of set in between the wars, I think, which means we've got the Nazis digging stuff in the desert, Indiana Jones style and all that cool stuff. Yeah, it definitely has an Indiana Jones vibe to this particular adventure, much more so than just when you're based in the museum. And yeah, I suppose Cthulhu had a tiny bit of that, but not really as much. Maybe more King Kong than, yeah, I suppose actually, yeah, King Kong would work, yeah. Boat, Mysterious Islands, yeah. Okay, maybe stretching it a bit, because I think King Kong and Cthulhu, I don't think it would be much of a contest. Anyway, Eventide Surveillance. Yeah, we can deal this one. Done. Very nice. Okay. Done and done. Very nice. Jim Carver gets a load of swag. So, very, very happy. He is indeed. And we get rid of the Midnight Effect, which is more important. Okay, Kate Winthrop. What is Girl Genius going to get up to? We've got Facts Not Truth. Seems like the kind of thing she'd go after. Okay. So, Mr. Whatever your name is, you kind of look like a William? Or maybe a, I don't know, Clive? Something like that. Anyway, librarian type names. Okay, I think we burn those investigation points and we keep 4 glyphs back. Yep, that paid off. Very nice. Now, effectively, we've got a pay tokens for a clue. Very handy ally there. Okay. Now we've got Carolyn Fern. What's she going to get up to? Right, private party. Now that really does put me in mind of the Temple of Doom. Really does. Okay, she's got a Tommy gun as well. This girl means business. And that really does compound the whole... Yeah, I am thinking of the right Indiana Jones. Yeah, they kind of meet up. Yeah, that is Temple of Doom, yeah. The great big FU to India in actual fact, because I seem to remember reading somewhere that the chanting they've got in the Temple of Doom actually is screw you India or words to that effect. Because apparently E.T. lost to Gandhi and yeah, the director wasn't too happy about that. So yeah, yeah, apparently it was a kind of load of hidden messages, anti-Indian ones in that. So yeah, directors can get petty. Indeed they can. Okay, let's have a look at the rest of Cairo. What are we going to do here? Scour the earth seems like the kind of thing we'd be wanting to do. That makes me think of Comb the Desert from Spaceballs. Yep, loads of really rather cool stuff. They don't make parodies and satires like they used to. You just get these terrible things like Meet the Spartans, which quite frankly you could use as psychological torture. I mean, don't play people the Grateful Dead, that's rather good music. You know, play the Taliban, you know, force them to watch Meet the Spartans and any number of the other terrible, terrible rip-off parody things. I suppose actually there was a good one. I suppose if you want to think of it as a kind of less out-and-out parody like Spaceballs or Aeroplane, I suppose Cabin in the Woods is a kind of parody, but it kind of deconstructs the horror genre in a very, very cool way. I don't think this was a particularly wise choice for me to do. I've only got storage and I can't use my Facts Not Truth guy, so this would be easily doable, but I'm not going to... I'd have to be outrageous. I am outrageously lucky. I'm not going to knock that, but I really probably shouldn't have got that. But anyway, we've got a Otherworldly Adventure open up, which should be good, because they usually have an Elder sign attached to them. Lost Caracosa! Ah, yes. Apparently, according to the Lovecraft forum, anyway, this actually comes from the French town of Carcassonne, whose Latin name was Caracosso. And so when Ambrose Bierce wrote, what was it? It was a short story back in it was in 1890, 1891, something like that. He actually sort of just took the Latin name and turned it into this mythical place. Okay, when the sons of Hades shall sing, flat potatoes of the king must die unheard in dim Caracossa. Right, okay, so it's connected to the Yellow King. Okay, and that crazy book which drives you mad. Crazy book of crazy making. Do I? Yeah, why not? For an elder sign, I will risk much. Okay. Right, what can we do with that? Not a huge load, though we do have storage there. And yeah, let's lock that. Then we could store the wildcard there. Right, that gives us 2 of those. Yeah, that's that one done. Excellent. And then we've got a fairly high likelihood of getting that, and we are successful. Very nice. Okay, so we escape Lost Caracossa, and we get 2 Elder Signs. I thought it was just 1. That's even better. I like it. Right, okay. Gate Winthrop. Okay. What do you see looking down your microscope? What are we going to get? Mosque of Ibn Tulin. That's probably an obscure reference to the Mad Arab or something like that, but I don't know enough about that character to pass judgment. Okay, right, night job, out the way. That's not too difficult, not... Yeah, maybe, yeah. I think we just get some safe swag out of this. Okay. Right, okay, that didn't really help. Let's just ditch everything into that and see if we get something a bit more worthwhile. Okay, we can do that one. Then got a fairly high chance. Yep. And done. Get items of each type and some tokens. So that was a pretty good exchange. Okay, we're getting well kitted up now. I quite like the way this sort of free-parter works. It's this nice sort of introduction, just building up, a stack of useful items in Cairo. Oh, this part of the city is an unnavigable labyrinth. Yes, enough said about that, the better. Yes, since I've lost the ability to seemingly speak. Right, okay, what can we do with that? Well, we can clear that one straight off. Okay. Oh, that was quite lucky. Okay, we get 2 red items and some tokens out of that, so pretty good deal. Okay, right, we get a second ally potentially. Okay, what have we got with that dude? Spend 2 trophies to ignore terror effects and lock glyphs. Could be useful. Potentially useful, anyway, pardon me. I don't know where that came over the mic, but let's see. Welcome to Egypt. Do we use... Oh, we've got clues. Yeah, okay. Plonk everything but that in there. Okay, we can clear that one off. Right, and that's cleared. So for the price of a clue, we're done. Get an item out of it, so we're ahead overall. That's that yellow glyph guy, I believe, the guy in the pink fez. Okay, and it looks like Dr. Prattley's turned up. Yay. Hello, Dr. Prattley. Right, now we find ourselves in the desert. So the road to Dashir, basically you get these lingering effects which lock out particular item classes, which does make it a little bit difficult. Yeah, okay, at midnight +1 doom. I think we probably want to get rid of this one as soon as possible. Quite a nasty one. Chakatoa. Apparently, that's from a Mask of Nyarlathotep, but there is a town which sounds almost exactly like this. It's a town in McIntosh County in Oklahoma, apparently, which is kind of crazy that you've got like a load of fleshy masks crawling out of a hole and a town. Yeah, okay. Not quite sure why I should find that quite so amusing, but it's still quite entertaining that you've got two things. It either refers to a horrible eldritch monster or a small town of about 3,000 or 4,000 people. Okay, right. Okay, we can clear one of those, or do we do some storage? Yeah, I think we use some storage. Right, there we go. Plonk that into storage as well. Okay, that didn't help me. Right. Oh, I'm not going to do this one, am I? Oh, maybe I could. This would require outrageous luck, like a 1 in 6 chance of... Okay, 1 in 6 chance it is. Okay, done. Very nice. Get monsters spawning, unfortunately, but we avoid that doom. Which, we get another midnight effect, but they always seem to pop out one after the other. It's quite a difficult board to keep a head on, anyway. Okay, Voice of Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god of knowledge and magic, which I think had the head of an ibis, if I remember rightly from my last video. Okay, one of those long-billed things you get. Okay, some sort of wading bird, I think it is. Okay. Yeah, she could probably tackle that. And we'll get rid of the yellow glyph lock. Okay, right. Do we use a clue? Might be an idea. We use Randall anyway. Or maybe just burn through this one first off. We can always keep him up our sleeve for later. Okay, yeah, use storage, I think, and guarantee victory. What do we? It's tempting. Yeah. I think I'll take certainty over failing it. Okay. Useful spell though that is. I do want to sort of ensure that I can clear that yellow glyph lock out of the way, because it is irritating to be locked down.
Our vast virus database has been updated.
Okay. Do we use our ability? Have we taken any damage, I wonder? Do we go in for Sandstorm? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, got a Tommy gun. That would give us an older sign. That would be very, very handy indeed. It would be. Shall we go for that? Yeah, let's do the Sandstorm. Yeah, we can use our Tommy gun. Let's go for it. Okay, clock tips ahead. Right, we can clear that one. It makes a lot of sense to do so. Don't have any storage, unfortunately, but with 4 glyphs out there, got a fairly good chance of it coming up. Like a 2/3 chance of that spawning as we wanted it to. Okay. Vincent Lee. And it's midnight. What do we get? Doom. And no clues may be used. Okay, monster appears. Yeah, Voice of Thoth. Not the worst midnight effect to have. After all, monsters are relatively easily killable, though they can begin to get a bit difficult, and that's where midnight effect comes from. So I think we want to kill that one off if we can. Let's see. Yeah, done. That takes that down, makes the rest of the adventure a little bit more feasible. So use Randall, I think. Yeah. Throw everything in. And we get what we need for that one. Okay, maybe bring in the Book of Dazan. Right, okay, well we can store one of them at least. Put that there, store that. Right, okay, that's a 50-50 chance. Okay, now a 1 in 3 chance. And 1 in 6. Woo, we're getting some lucky rolls at the moment. That really was quite close. So we've had 2 1 in 6s. We're going to lose that run of luck. Have you noticed how he's feeding a load of pigeons? Still feeding the pigeons in a super cool manner. Feeding the pigeons like a boss. Right. Also breaks up the incredibly pallid lineup we've got. Yeah, a little bit of diversity. Hopefully we won't get him killed in typical horror movie fashion. That would just be way too cliche. I think what we want to do here is maybe do a desert caravan, or oh, that's tempting. Hard, but if we can get that next one, it would be very handy. Can't use any clues. It's tough. Real gamble. Actually, yeah, we can fill that one up, which is a relief. Okay, that's done. Okay. I think we use Randall. Do we use Randall? Yeah. Ooh, that was a good bit of luck again. We're having a good run so far, but of course luck can change. Yeah, certainly can do. Though going after the Elder Signs as quickly as possible and denying Nyarlathotep a chance to get going is definitely the way to go with this map. Okay. Where are we going to go? Metaphysical forces. Yeah, a great big column with weird eldritch text scribed on it in typical Lovecraftian juiciness. Okay, right. There we go. That one's dealt with. Nearly. Maybe use Randall again. Okay, if it's not Randall, it's a Scandal, which is actually the name of the local beer here. Randall's Brewery. If it's not Randall's, it's a Scandal. I'm not being paid to say that, I just have drunk some of it. It's not particularly great beer, but I did drink quite a lot of it when I was younger. I don't drink so much of it now because I don't go to a pub quite so often. Though then again, I could think of better things to drink in a pub, or indeed anywhere. I should probably have made up a load of stuff and hoped that I got some sponsorship from them, but it's very unlikely until I build my viewership a little bit. Okay. Right, nameless cults. Right, these kind of look like... They always make me think of the Sleeping Angels from Doctor Who, only slightly more terrifying. Which is saying something, because those creatures from Doctor Who are pretty terrifying. Indeed, if I was a kid, I would definitely be hiding behind the sofa from them. Daleks, I've never really found ambulatory trash cans with ray guns attached to them particularly terrifying. But, woo, those sleeping angels were very, very creepy. Okay. Right. Oh no! Everyone loses a token. And trophy loss as well. Ah. This is the thing about Nyarlathotep, he starts to nick your stuff and shut your ability to do much about it down. Okay, and lost Caracosa again! Yes, going back to Ambrose Bierce's place again. Right. There are so many short stories and, like, odd tales and, I suppose, Cthulhu-light type stuff out there, but... You know, well, even back in his day, it was a shared universe. It was the first example of that, where a load of people would write in his kind of, well, yeah, in his universe, basically, and you know, put it all together for you know, their fellow writers. It was quite an interesting sort of early experiment. Of course, now with the internet and everything, that is really easy to do. Okay, there we go. Ooh. That didn't work. Right. Unfortunate, we burnt up a load of clues on that. Oh, that doesn't look like I'm going to be successful. No, I'm not. Ah! Oh well. So we are driven slightly potty, but not yet insane. Okay. All we need to do is get that one, and then we will be ready to go into the bent pyramid. So let's have a little bite of this and see if we can get it. Okay, we've got the ability to draw on Randall as well, so we can plonk everything we like into there, I think, apart from that one. Okay. And we can store both of those because we've got him on hand. That was handy. Excellent, we've got a wild card. Done. So we get that tough one out of the way. Right, that wasn't what we needed. Come on, come on, come on. No, oh no. Unless that's like a 4. Oh, that was so close. Oh, that's awesome. And boom! Yes, we're down into the catacombs. Okay, the floor beneath you is given way, plunging you down, etc., etc. Okay, now, is this going to be a nice, easy one? Okay, I suppose we can clear that, though do we take the sanity damage? She might not succeed, but she's got a fair chance with 5 glyphs there. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Okay, oh yeah, we can store that with him. Very handy ability there. Unfortunately, we don't get what we want there either. Use Randall, perhaps? No, let's not. Not working. Oh dear. Oh dear. No, we failed this one, unfortunately. Right. Unfortunate. Okay, only 1 sanity damage though. Let's use Carolyn Fern, who is asking, where do you see yourself? Probably, as she's a psychiatrist. A headbender. Right, okay. What is she going to get up to? Okay, she can clear that one first off. Oh, and store that. Very, very handy secondary ability that guy's got. Extremely handy to always have him as an assist. Okay. Alright, everyone's maximally healed up, apart from, well, Vincent Lee has still got a bit of sanity damage. Now, that would create Doom. He doesn't have too much good stuff, and 7 is an awful lot of investigation to get because it requires at least 3 glyphs. That would open up another worldly adventure. That one is just very difficult. That one doesn't have a terrible effect, but it does cause 1 sanity damage, which would push him quite near the edge, though he can use his whiskey, I suppose, if he needs to. Okay. Right, that's dealt with. Though we'd need much better rolls, and we need 2 threes, we only get 1, so that failed. Unfortunate. Okay, Jim Carver still feeding the pigeons like a boss. Maybe it's rats down here, but he's still a boss anyway. Okay. Throne of the Pharaoh. Pharaohs used to have throne names, apparently. It was kind of like they took it over their actual original name and they became like the office or something like that. It was like what they were called. Okay. None of these are particularly appealing, though this one is at least horrible consequence if I fail it. He's got plenty of sanity at the moment, so probably going for that would be worthwhile. Still not exactly brilliant either way. I've got a big lead, but that can evaporate pretty quickly. Okay, I suppose we can use 3 of those glyphs to do that, then we've got 3 to do the investigation. Oh, phew, that was just enough. Done. Whew, that's a relief. You get some cool stuff out of that. We're up to 8. So, just need a couple more and we will be at the tomb. Right, what are we going to get here? Throne of the Pharaoh. It's doable potentially. Lantern, it's still locked off at the moment. She can't use the good doctor to undo that. Yike. That's pretty harsh. I suppose we can do it. She doesn't have much to lose, so... Could have been. I must have been dreaming. I descended the stairs to such an unbelievable depth that I could not believe it was not a dream. Right. Okay. Wow. We got that one. Woohoo. Next one done. It's going to be tight. Or not, actually. That went perfectly, pretty much. Otherworldly adventure opens up. We get some cool loot. Okay. Oh, and it would be a midnight effect. They just have a habit of appearing just before midnight rolls round. Ouch. So annoying. Okay, no unique items in the Doom. Okay, lose an ally. Which one? No, not Randall. No! Oh dear, Randall's dead. Randall's kicked the bucket. That's unfortunate. Right, we could get rid of that. But over Dreamlands is probably more worthwhile. Yeah, let's do that. We get an Elder Sign out of it and some loot, albeit not terribly much. Okay, we've got clues, so we can throw some stuff in there. 4 glyphs. We've got a fair chance of that turning up. Yep. Very nice. I like it. I get a couple more clues out of that, so that's good value. Very, very nice. Very good value. Just one more Elder Sign to get hold of. Right. That's quite tough, that one. Right, let's boost his sanity up a little bit. It's now back up to 3. That one's not difficult, but it's sequential, which makes it tough, and I could lose an ally potentially. I think we do it. Charnel Vaults. Oh, when I went to Rome, I went to this awesome monastery where they'd used the bodies of all the old monks there to like build the walls and everything like that. Everything was like covered in skulls and rib cages and everything like that, and there was a monk with like a sign, a skeletal monk like hanging from the ceiling with a sign saying, oh, it was like words to the effect of like, remember you're mortal. It was like, whoa, it was incredibly cool. Awesome. I mean, and let's face it, it's probably not a bad idea to remind yourself that you're not invulnerable and immortal, but it wasn't creepy. It was just kind of, it was awe-inspiring. You didn't get like a weird, creepy vibe. You know, it's not like the guys, were, had anything sinister about them. It was just kind of poignant, I suppose is the right word for it, and just so different from anything I'd ever seen in my life that, yeah, had an impact. Okay, the Dark Pharaoh. Ha ha ha, let's see how we fare against him. Nephrim Ka! He stands before me, oh dear. Right, what can we do? Okay, well, we can get this first one down. Right, yeah, luckily with that ability we can do a bit of storage as well. We'd have to be obscenely lucky to get that, but at least we've got some clues, so we might have a chance, and that didn't help whatsoever. Okay, let's throw this through. No, unfortunately not. Well, we can't complete this one now, unfortunately. Boom! Well, she doesn't die, or is driven insane. She actually survives. Okay, Dark Pharaoh, take 2. Okay, let's have a look. We draw in Glyph, use her ability, I think. Yeah, let's boost him up a little bit. Right. Okay, using the lamp of Alzared. Okay, right, what can we do? We can clear that first one. And we can do some storage. She doesn't have storage on her, but she can store that one up. Okay, let's see. I think we throw everything in, or keep that? Yeah, let's throw everything in. Okay, that worked. Done. I suppose we could use the wild card. Never mind. Maybe we can't. Okay, and again. Right, roll of drums. Oh yes. Very nice. And done. Done and done. We get only 2 tokens for that. And that is the... Oh, no, it isn't. It's the Dweller in Darkness. Not to be confused with the Marvel character, but wow. Yeah, that is quite something. The vile Dark Pharaoh was only one of Nyarlathotep's many avatars. The evil that stood before you was a horrible, bloated and twisted into a horrific new form. The Dweller in Darkness has a lingering effect. No spell items are to be used. Nasty. Great big tentacled thingy. Right, okay. Not looking good. Okay, let's use his ability before he loses the ability to do anything. Because I don't think he's going to do very much here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be impossible. Might as well store that, but I can't actually succeed at this, so oh dear. Right. So he gets the insane stamp. Flop. And Jim Carver still feeding the pigeons like a boss. Okay. Dweller in Darkness. Will we buck the trend of all horror films and not kill the black guy? I suppose he's made it to the end, so he's made it 90% longer than most people would. Okay, right. We need to use a clue. We've only got one. That's not a great position to be in. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. We have to store that. Okay. So that would give us a 1 in 6 chance of victory, which actually comes up. What is it with 1 in 6 chances? They're kind of Hail Mary moments. Wow. Victory! Woohoo! Excellent. Grudge match completed, and pretty quickly at that. I think what I will do is include a separate video with all of the cutscenes in there if you want to see them. I don't usually include them, partly because that's not original content, but also I wouldn't really feel right in monetizing it then. So therefore, I'll put them up separately, but won't have any adverts on or anything like that. So they are quite cool to see because, well, let's face it, it's quite difficult getting hold of these, and it's quite good to see them without having to kind of systematically go through like half an hour of gameplay where you might have to repeat it over and over. So, okay, I'll let you have a look at those, and I hope you enjoyed the show. I will move on to Ikfakwa, or whatever his name was, and I think throwing that shining trapezoid into the dark ocean was not a particularly wise idea. Okay, final score, very nice, and we've got a new investigator unlocked. Okay, let's go and have a look at the breakdown, I think. Maybe rename this to something more sensible, like Niko, for example. And there we have all the little gritty details for you. Yeah, not too bad a score. Could have been a bit higher because I lost an investigator right at the end. Okay, why not subscribe to the show or like us in the links below? And see you again for more Elder Signs.